lift? Good. All right. Nation Day. Parent pickup. It's full-fledged parent pickup right now, which is not want to be involved in. Guarantee it.
Have a weekend. Share.
All right, boys. 80 Nation Day. How about that party last night, guys? Hell of a party. The NFL kickoff. G. Brisk, 1976 EDU coming in for the tailgate. Talk a little football. Great to see him. JG53 AOL calling it on who would win, what would happen, sort of. Look at that, guys. $7 Euros every Tuesday. Right, JG said that the Chiefs win by 17. And he said that Henry would get a touchdown early. He did. They won by 7. It's probably probably the only difficult game Chiefs will have all year. If you count that as difficult, it wasn't even that close. 7-point win. Ravens are now psychologically thinking, yeah, we're not getting over the hump this year. That's just what I think. Last night's feature presentation, The Secrets of Jonathan Speery, 2008. This is the first time viewing. It's the first time I've seen this film. This is a Rich Cristiano film. This is kind of the Cristiano season of movie watching, in a way, because I have a lot of those on the list of must-watches for this month. The Appointment is coming up soon, and then this is definitely The Pretender, 1987 season. So that's coming up soon, but this one centers around 3 boys about 12 years old in the summer of 1970. One of them, Dustin is his name, I think, befriends an old man, an old widow neighbor, who's played by Gavin McLeod. Jonathan Speery is the name of his character, who then starts this like little Bible study with the 3 boys and has them come over sometimes and teaches them things about the Bible. And the little object and activity lessons that he gives to them are so corny. Some of them are, one of them is like painful to watch. It's like in the cemetery, and he's coming up behind all 3 of them and whispering in this ghoulish voice things that the dead people there are saying to him. It's really weird. That is really weird. And the other ones are just goofy. Gavin McLeod's character has the one main character boy go mow the lawn of an old kind of crippled man, crotchety man. He says, don't ask for money, but I'll pay you for it. The old crotchety crippled guy is played by Robert Guillaume of Benson, of course. He's not that great in this movie as an actor, but he doesn't have a lot to work with because of the script. But so there's a payoff in that lesson at the very end of the film. It's pretty good, I think. The repetitive nature of the script, the dialogue, is something you come to expect if you're familiar with Rich Cristiano films, and it is evident in this movie. Oh my gosh, it's like painful, but it's like it kind of makes you cringe sometimes, the way they repeat the same lines over and over, but it's like almost kind of like it in a way. I like the The pizza scenes are good. The first one almost looks like it's a CGI slices of pizza. It's really weird looking. There, but they like to eat cheese pizza at this little parlor, and there's a subplot where a girl their age works there. Her dad owns it or something, and the one boy really likes her, and he's writing notes to her, and or he's trying to write a note to her. He's trying to figure out, and he's trying to ask his two friends for help on how to do it and how to ask her out or something. So that's kind of, it's an okay subplot, but it's really, again, it's repetitive the way they talk to each other as they're going to the little place to get pizza. I like how Rich Cristiano uses pizza in his films. He used it in The Pretender. He didn't really show it though. And then I feel like he used food in other films, like Late One Night, the chicken sandwich. He uses lemonade in this. He uses chocolate cake. It's one of the things that Gavin McLeod uses for an object lesson. One of the problems I've read about this film that I agree with, from a technical standpoint, is that the three boys are too nice. They're kind of without flaws. And then the one bully in this film is too nice himself. He doesn't get physical at all. He doesn't use bad language. It's almost like he's not even scary as a bully. I understand the point is they're trying to be sensitive towards the Christian audience watching it, but the problem there is that it comes off very unrealistic. The boys just go along with everything that the old man says, and they don't cause any problems. They're just incredibly polite, and it's not really realistic for kids that age. This is classic Cristiano though, and this was filmed, like I said, I've never watched it. It takes place in 1970, which is funny because the whole thing comes off more like Leave It to Beaver. And there's nothing really 1970 about this movie besides I noticed the one boy, the main character, Dustin, wears the same clothes. He wears the same cut-off, like khakis, corduroys, or whatever it is, every single day. These beige cut-off khakis. And then they use this yellow 1970s model car over and over in the film. You see it parked somewhere on the street, you see it parked somewhere in the little town, you see it driving by a couple of times. It is really funny. This has not been a very high budget. I think there was maybe one other 70s car you see, but it's really the funny part about this film, if you're paying attention. The Secrets of Jonathan Speery, 2008. I will not watch this again. The guy, Cristiano, swings a little too hard at the emotional impact stuff, and like, for example, showing Dustin, the old man dies, Gavin McLeod, and the funeral scene was enough, but then they show him, the kid, like crying on his bed. It's a little too much, a little bit too much, I think. Copper here. Thought it was a copper, false alarm. Get some pick and choose popos on this street sometimes. Gotta make sure my. Here's the irony, and this is why gambling and fantasy football is the most crapshoot thing. There we go. If I was to say to you, make sure I'm set up here. So, a little bit going for the tear jerk stuff too much, and I'll just admit it. I teared up, all right? I teared up. And that's rare, so it does count for something. It does show that it did have an impact, all right? It wasn't just a few tears either. It was more tears than the average Wire Club NFL chat and trivia chatter gets when I have a Mr. Submarine cheesesteak with chili cheese Fritos. Even more tears than that. Tears of jealousy. And it wasn't the scene where the kid was crying. It was something later that had to do with Robert Guillaume's character. So they have some pretty good moments, but they have some cringy type things going on too. So yeah, it's a lot of good, you know, lessons in it, but it's just classic. It's watchable, it's engaging, but I don't know. I wouldn't recommend. I wouldn't highly recommend it. He used Gavin MacLeod. Cristiano used Gavin MacLeod as a very central character in the film Time Changer 2002, which I think is his best film. It's a full length. Well, actually, it's not his best film. It's his best full length feature. His best film clearly is The Pretender, 1987, which is coming soon, maybe even tonight. All right, guys, we got a game tonight. We got the Eagles and we got the Packers. How about that? A big game tonight, guys. Two NFC powerhouses going at it. Eagles 52. You ready? The Pack, C-Town. Watching it tonight. Big game tonight. High hopes for the Packers. Can they win tonight? I got my pick in. Do you? Thanks for watching on this 80 Nation Day. It is Adrenaline Dog Nation. A little warmer than I thought it would be today. Check it out. A little sunnier than I thought it would be today.